The first thing I wanted to talk about is I'm going to have some really large spoilers, all right? It has to do with the anime Demon Slayer, also known as Kimetsu no Yaiba.
Let these people know that there's going to be a spoiler, and they don't want to hear it. Go to the timestamp that we're going to post somewhere around here.
If you're into this kind of thing. If you don't really care, then just listen.
Seems serious, though. If you're going to talk about it on the air like this.
Yep, this is pretty serious. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, all right? So now you got the spoiler alert notification.
Don't say we didn't tell you.
All right, so here's the thing. With Season 3 of Demon Slayer, which is called the Swordsmith arc, right?
Swordsmith arc.
Yeah, I have absolutely loved Season 1 and Season 2 of this show, right? They were both awesome. Season 3, to me, was kind of a letdown. Honestly, but I've been seeing things online where people are saying, "Oh my God, this season's a masterpiece," right? Using the word masterpiece to describe this thing. Yeah,
maybe something wrong with you.
I don't think so, man. Like, to tell you the truth, like, I really think that it really just wasn't as good as people are letting. I feel like they're letting the hype of it kind of get to them. But when you stop and actually think about the actual season, you'll realize that it really wasn't that great. So, basically, what goes on with this season, the main guy, Tanjiro, right? He ends up finding this sword was trapped in some statue, or not statue, but like a robot, basically, that was helping him, like, train. And then he ends up breaking this, he breaks the sword out of the robot statue, right?
Okay. Sword in the stone. Okay.
The sword is fucking old as hell. It's like 3,000 years old, right? It's like an ancient sword. But the thing is, it's all fucking rusted and shit, right? It's all rusted to hell and kind of a piece of shit at this point.
Yeah.
So he ends up giving it to his swordsmith. His swordsmith is someone who like actually makes his swords, and his swordsmith is working on this sword like the entire half of the season, right? Keep in mind the season's only 11 episodes, right? It's a very, very, very short season.
Yeah.
So this swordsmith is just, like I said, just working on this sword, and you over here thinking this sword is going to be some badass fucking sword when it finally comes out, right? Like, it's going to be the shit. There is no fucking difference between this sword and like any other sword in the show.
That like,
he does nothing different with it. Like, he literally just cuts the demon's head off at the end of the season like he does on every season, right? Nothing different between this sword, the new sword that's 3,000 years old, that's built up with all this crazy hype, and just a sword that, you know, he fucking was made by his swordsmith originally, like, just made it.
Damn,
right?
That sucks.
So it's kind of a letdown in that one. Like, you're kind of like expecting some big, you know, awesome thing to happen. Nothing happens over the season with that sword.
So he could have went into the boss at the end with any sword and the same outcome.
It, like, literally the only thing. So he does go into the fight with the last boss with an original sword, like just a shitty sword, right?
Yeah.
And he starts slicing the thing's neck, but it gets stuck because the necks of the demons are very hard.
Yeah.
Right?
See,
but the new sword was able to cut through. What the new sword was able to cut through the demon's head, no problem. But here's the thing: he had been fighting with that other sword for like the entire time, so it's all chipped up and fucked up and messed up. Whereas the new sword was brand fucking new and was razor sharp anyway, just like any other sword would be if you just made it brand new. So there really wasn't a difference between the new sword and the old sword. So there was that letdown. I was like, man, this was kind of fucking anticlimactic with this sword, right? And then with this season, they also had 2 Hashira. So what a Hashira is like an extremely high level demon slayer, right? They're like the top of the top, the fucking like creme de la creme Navy SEAL versions of these demon slayers.
Boys?
Yeah, basically. Those are his people he like runs around with generally.
Yeah. Damn, okay.
He himself, well, he's not a Hashira, he's not that rank, but the people who help him, because he's very strong himself, are of that rank, right? So they had 2 of them come out for this season because there was 2 high-level demons. But here's the thing, dude. When you only have 11 episodes, you're not going to be able to build up that many characters with, like, actually useful backstories and, like, actually, you know, make people find them interesting and things like that. So they had the one Hashira, whose name was Muichiro. He is like the mist. He like controls the mist with his sword or some shit, right? And his backstory was okay, but they actually gave him a backstory, kind of built him up a little bit. Not too bad. Then they had the love Hashira, Her name was Kanroji. She also had a decent backstory, but it was, again, extremely short. Like, her backstory was
rushed.
Dude, everything. Yeah. Like, and her backstory honestly was kind of stupid. They're just like, oh, she was very strong, and they never explained like how she was strong or anything. She was just born strong, and that was kind of it. Yeah, I guess. So yeah. Anyway, so they built up those two, and then in every season so far, season 1 and 2, the main demon that they fight for that season always gets an awesome storyline with them. Like, they're like how they turned into a demon, their motivations when they were human, and how that translates to how they are as demons, right? When this season, they didn't do anything like that with one of the main demons. Like, one of the main demons...
Why. They just rushed everything.
Dude, they just fucking rushed everything. And I don't know why they rushed everything. Some people were saying that this season was the most accurate to the manga. So, like, they literally just took the manga and translated it
out of manga, just
turned it into anime, right? But the thing is, you can't necessarily do that because with in mangas, your imagination fills in a lot of the blanks.
Yeah.
In a TV medium, when you're like watching it on streaming services, right? You're told everything. Your mind doesn't really fill in a lot, so you have to be told these things, and it just doesn't. It didn't translate as well, I feel like, in this third season. So yeah, season 1 had 26 episodes. Season 2 had 18. This one only had 11. So it just didn't work out that well. So like I was saying though, with that one high level demon who was technically, like, I think he was number 5 out of the 12 strongest demons or whatever. Number 5, he got killed like a fucking bitch. Dude, he went out like nothing. They literally just cut his head off, and that was the end of it. I thought it was like there was going to be some like twist to it. Oh, he cut his head off, like maybe this demon
pops out of his shoulder or something.
Right? Who knows? Nope, he was just dead.
Real bad.
Nope, he was just dead as fuck. That was it. So it was just like, and they didn't even explain like his backstory, like how he became a demon, like what his motivations were. Excuse me. All it was they killed this high level demon. That was it. Next fight. And yeah, it was just kind of a bunch of letdowns over and over and over like that.
How much time did you waste on this series?
I mean, I wouldn't call it a waste of time. I would just say that it's not as good as the other episode or other seasons rather.
Yeah.
So I mean, each episode is what, maybe 25 minutes, like that, 22 minutes, something like that.
Okay, it wasn't that
it's only
much
11
of
minutes.
Time wasted,
No, it's not like a ton of. Yeah, it's not like a huge time investment, but regardless, I was let down by it, and I was very surprised.
Man, they're gonna let you know in season 4. There's a reason for it.
I don't think so. I literally think that the writer of this, I'm pretty sure that the creator, the writer, is just getting tired of writing it. That's my thoughts of it, honestly. So I don't know. Hopefully next season, which is, I think is supposed to be the Infinity Castle season, which is, the Infinity Castle is where the main, like the original demon, whose name is Muzan, he lives in this castle. So hopefully next season is either going to be the last season or, getting close to that. But I just hope it's not like this season, because this shit was kind of a letdown. I don't know why people.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
It's okay. I was a little upset, just because like I was expecting season 1 and 2 quality storytelling.
Yeah.
But
it just sounds like they missed a lot, because you said only 11 episodes compared to what the other seasons had.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, so in the first season, you had one main demon, right? And you got to learn all about his backstory, like why he was the way he was. And then you got a lot to learn about Tanjiro and his friends, and Itsu and Nosuke and blah, 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 right? You got to learn their backstories. In this season, you just didn't get any of that, really. You got tiny little clips of backstories, and that's not enough with 11 episodes. Plus, you have the 2 demons you need to explain. Then you have, like, the 2 Hashira that you needed to explain. That would have been 4 episodes right there.
Yeah, you can't you wander up here.
That's exactly what happened. They just fucking kind of show up and... do what they do. The animation quality is still a fucking perfect 10. Like, it's a amazingly animated show. So 10 out of 10 for animation quality. Storyline on this episode, this one was like a fucking 6.5. Not very good. The saving grace was definitely the last episode, though. The last episode's like an hour long, and it has some really, really cool twists, basically, with the main characters. So, if you're watching this season, I mean, sorry, I hopefully you finish the season before you listen to this shit. But
it should.
Yeah, I want to know what you guys think about what I just said. Like, am I right? Am I wrong? Am I missing something? Did I just like overlook something? Tell me why you enjoyed it, why you hated it. I really would want to know down in the comments below, because I'm just really interested in this, you know, what the community thinks. So please let us know.
Letting everybody know that Nick's not crazy, you know?
Yeah, I'm not crazy. I guarantee, like, something's... it was just
I'm
fucked.
not crazy.
I'm not goddamn crazy. Please help me out. All right, but like I said, just let us know, all right?